Hello, everyone. This is Diann Henry. I am back again sharing with you the journey that we're on, that I'm on. My brother Steve Henry is here. He is the guide to the finding the spirit inside. And so here we are. Okay. Good morning. How are you? Oh, I'm sorry. It's afternoon.
I'm good, whatever. But if I could throw something at you, I'd sit down and write me a little introductory speech. To quit stumbling at the same thing, because you know I'm gonna say something. But anyway, getting on the road. Okay, now well, everything inside is perfect. Ain't that not a way? So if I was showing you 2 + 2 = 4 and I was stumbling with it, you would think, well, he see that, he don't. Which one would you think from just your reaction to see?
I don't know.
Yeah, but listen, anytime an error is made in the counting, the person who knows the counting, should they be quiet about the error? Or point it out and show, well, it cannot work that way because once anything ain't exactly right, it's got to stop right there. I mean, if you don't do that part, would it do the person any good? Just need the numbers?
Well, I wonder what happened to the speech about we're building it from the ground, and so
Right. So anytime something go off course, you got to show all the things around it because it can't change. If you get past it, other people, if you see it happen out of sync, other people, everybody got they're different. How many more gonna go out of sync? If one go out of sync, the chances are a lot will go out of sync, right?
Well, that's possible. But I was wondering if you could maybe discuss it not on camera. Maybe.
No, you're going down to a place you've never been. You've never been. It's inside it. You've never been there. It's impossible for you to know. That's how anytime you can talk about something, or it can be what you see or what you thought and you've never been there, you think that's good or bad. You can't, it's got to be shown to you. You're not reliving what no one else did. Anytime you reliving what someone else did, it ain't gonna be you. Anyone who has something, he cannot be outside of himself. In other words, what you think Bill Gates can see outside of himself, he's been living his life inside of him. It's dark, the things outside of him. The only thing he can see that you see is the things you see inside, like reading and writing and those things. But anything else, he can't he can't see it. No more than you can see how to go hook up his operation system. You can't see it unless you go over to it and start one from the beginning, you see it too inside of you. But you can't see it if you stumble going up through it. Because everything is perfectly in place. How are you going to stumble on something perfectly in place? If you're showing someone something that you don't see, can they possibly get it?
No.
Otherwise, if I don't see how to do algebra, can I possibly show it to you?
No.
It's impossible, right? But once I see it, now I know you hadn't done it yet because I showed you alphabet, I showed you vowels, I showed you now. So it's if I had it, not alphabet, I mean addition, subtraction, and counting, addition, subtraction. Now, if I showed you those, I know where you stopped at, right?
Yeah.
Because if you already know how to count, can I show you how to do
it? No.
If you know how to do addition, can I show you how to do
it? No.
Don't let nobody show you how to do nothing you know how to do. But anytime you stumble in it, does that mean that if you stumble in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that means you know how to do it, or you searching for it?
Means I need a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're searching for it, that means it's not because you got to see. Once you see it, it can never change. But when a person don't see it and claim to see it, when he's speaking, you can know because it's going to get off the path. Now, it's like I was saying, when a person can swim, they can't see it. They can see every error you make in the pool when they can swim. But when they can't, all of it look like you can do it because they can't see it inside. all our lives are to be lived on the inside. And on the inside, ain't nobody else. You know, your teachers, your parents, your preachers, they ain't inside of you. They only can teach you what they seen. And anyone on this planet don't teach you what's in spiritual doctrine. Something that you get when you leave, it's always going to change you to use it. They're the devil. Because it's outside of you. Anytime you talk something outside of you, that's the world. And the world is sin, being out in the world. We'll go to it next. But anyway, you can see when they're talking about being out in earth, out in the world, out in the earth, out in the world. These people, they in the group just like you and I are right now. They talking to the people inside of their group. When you writing something or doing something or leaving a message behind, it's just not out to the world. It's to the people who listen to you. That's why he say, my mother and my brother, look around and these are those. Because they inside the group, they can see what he's saying. If you couldn't see it, would you be there? That means you can't receive it. Because if you already know it, you ain't gonna be there. But if you see it, if it's coming, you can see it coming. But if you think you don't need it, how you gonna see it? You can't see it. But if you know that you ain't got something, that's what we doing. When you got what you got, you don't learn nothing. I got to show you all these things keeping you between you and your mother. If they're all eliminated, shouldn't you be able to see it? You know, I used to say, I see the rest of them go down to my mama's grave, and then she ain't there, she inside of me. So inside of you too, but you ain't got no idea how to get there. I'll show you. I know how to do it. I can't show you how you can get there. I can show you how I can get there because I can go there. I'm there the whole time. Everything. It's just as simple. Just like the number one. Where is it? Back in the beginning of time, inside of you.
Inside.
Okay, now once they show you how to go in there, it's right here with you now, right? Anytime you see it, it's a living spirit. God's a living spirit. Okay, the history of Jesus Christ. Is it back in the middle of time or inside of you?
Inside.
Yeah, everything that ever happened, where is it? Out in the world somewhere, inside of you.
Inside.
Everything in there. But now, everything has to be put in its proper perspective. It's like the Bible verses. Now we're going to do everything that's good from that Bible in this spot of your heart where I'm speaking from. I'm putting it as the order. We're not reliving Jesus' life and steps, but as the things that he said from the gospel truth and put them out, this is where they received in this house. So you think these things gonna be put at the beginning of the story or the other end?
Beginning.
Because you got to start the foundation at the beginning. And those same things grows up. You're building on them. You're not replacing them with nothing else. Everything I said, it's like I sent you to the third chapter of Matthew. John, I meant to say. The preacher preach about that God so loved the world, but that's not the important part. The important part is starts at them late 20s and it goes into the 30s. You know, because that you got out in the world. In order for the spiritual new you to increase, what's got to happen to the old one?
Decrease.
It's got, if it don't decrease, if you don't come away from the outside, can you possibly come to the inside?
No.
Okay, now, but you see in the light of the things inside, inside is dark, unless somebody can shine the light in a certain area. But once they shine the light in a certain area, they just flash it one time. You supposed to see it? Or is it got to start getting brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter? And once you see it, ain't it yours?
Okay.
But when you never seen it before, there's no way you can have any idea. So you got to go to, so anytime something's starting, it's got to start like nothing. Because you got to start at the number one. It's got to be the one step inside of nothing, right?
Yeah.
And then as it increases, it slowly brightens out and you see it. But is there any point that you can look for what's coming next?
No.
If I show you 1, 2, 3, you can say, hold up, let me see, can I see what's coming next? What would that be telling me?
I don't know.
Wait a minute now. If I come down from 88 billion to 14, let me show you how to count. 1, 2, 3. You say, hold up, let me guess at the next one. What you telling me?
I don't know.
How you gonna get it guessing at it?
I
So you
said, I
telling
don't
me
know.
I'm doing my time, that my time is being appreciated there? I'm there. I'm just there. I show you, I'm down there playing around in the gazillion. But you can't see the gazillion when you know the 1, 2, 3, right?
Correct.
But from nothing, you see the 1, 2, 3. How they gonna get outside of you? Because you see them inside. Once you see that alphabet, how can you get rid of them? But they ain't nothing but them by themselves. That same alphabet, just like these, there's a point to this. Just like I'm showing you these Bible verses, they're gonna always be right there. They ain't gonna come back again. It will from a different character, but it's in a stepping stone. It has to fit into the story how I see it. I'm not trying to live back there or get you to build a life back there with Jesus now. You know that, right? But you got to start from there. Once you know, when you start out counting, you got to go 1, 2, 3. When you get 300, you can go by 2, 4, 6, 8. You get to 400, you can go by 5, 10, 15, 20, because you can count. You know what I'm saying? When you get to 500, you can go by 20, 40, 60, 80, because you can count, you can see it. And when you get to 1,000, you can go by 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, but you can't do it till you get to 1,000, because it has to grow into it. And then when you get to 10,000, because you don't seen the 10 power, you can go 10, 20, 30, 40,000. You know, you don't got to go one by one all the way up to a billion. You can get to the million, 1 million, then the 10 million, because you got 10, you know what I'm saying? So, in other words, but you got to get the foundation firm, and you can jump by the zillion. But you got to pass by all the things in the same vein. You can't jump out to a different, a different tree without, it's got to be, everything grows, it expands. If you keep walking on a journey, don't the distance keep getting greater?
From your point, start point, yeah.
What happens when you stop?
Yes, this is stop.
Okay, but if you're born at a certain time and space, you got a certain gift to be delivered. The 24 hours a day clicking. You take a day off, your gift gonna fit?
No.
Because once something got to open it up, it's got to open up with the clock or with your time.
With the clock.
That's how when you start at something, you have to go. Because that's why, we read the book and say, you kind of can't do it looking back. Because see, you got to get to a stage to where you lock something in. And you right there forever. Once you get to counting, where can it ever go? But you can't add. But you can count. Then you start adding, you go get adding. Then you can count and add forever. There are a lot of people right there right now, right? They can't do it but add and count. You know that, right? You know people, grown people, they can't do multiplication or division because they think they got to learn it. You don't learn nothing. It's inside of you. Move over to the next window. They ain't never did it in school in a book, and I do anything with a number. Fast like two. I mean anything. Divided into a zillion little parts, and it can't ever change because I see the number. Yeah, I can't do it the way y'all do it, but I do it a lot quicker. The result will be the same because it can't change. What can change? Can't nothing change. When 2 + 2 = 4, I don't care how you go about it. It's always got to be that exact. Correct? Or am I lying? Have I put out the verse yet?
You said Matthew 6.
Yeah, because we got to put it in there. I got to cover this praying thing and how how they. Now you heard some of them say you got to, we praying and worshiping paying tithes and all that kind of stuff. That ain't kind of how it don't come that way from the inside. You know, I mean, you could either, you got to believe every word that's in the story, or you can't receive the story. So that story has got to be, it's describing a location. So how you going, in other words, the story is what build, let's say the plan. It's the plan to build a house. That's the story. You sit down, you walk it out. Now you got to go, if you don't follow that plan to build a house, you think you're gonna have that house?
No.
Because the house ain't, it ain't figured out. The house be shown to you from on the inside. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You have to follow it. You don't make it. If you make something, is it belong to God or you? If you make something, is it God's creation or yours?
I don't know.
You don't know.
That's
if you make something, no one can receive it inside of their heart. It's called a man-made doctrine. You can teach it to somebody, but they can't teach it to nobody else. They can't go nowhere. You die, it goes with you. God's thing is only there. You got to bring what's inside of you out. Every one of that character see the same thing. In other words, you can put you can mix all the ingredients together and call it a red velvet cake. If it ain't that exact recipe from doctrine inside, it can't repeat itself. All doctrine repeat itself in every character. It's alive. It's a living doctrine. It's from God. But if you make you up something, it's gonna be yours. It's gonna look right to you. But no one else ain't gonna be able to receive it. How? You can con them into receiving it. The words that the preacher put together. He get a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it sound good. You could have worked for this guy, work for him. I mean, it looked right to him, but it ain't showing you nothing. If it was, we'd give you back there next Sunday in the same place. With your grandfathers and the granddaddies and children and grandchildren all be seeing the exact same thing. So when you put together your thing, they're gonna see the same thing. But when you use God things, they saw their generation. You saw your generation, and the children gonna see their generation. Because it's not at the same place, it advances. We don't see the same thing. But you can tell one generation bring a flint rock fire, the other bring a torch, the other bring a lantern. They just change, everybody bring candles and this kind of light and that kind of light. That's how everything works. One generation bring the alphabet, the next one bring the vowels, the other bring the noun. They couldn't read back then. The reading was inside. See, like me, I didn't learn how to do the alphabet vowel now. I was in my 40s, but I always could read and read normal life. I remember used to be probably about 2. I'd be in mama lap reading the Bible and correcting them words for her because I could see them inside. And they never changed. They're the same thing. That's why back in that story, I showed them how all the little children, they see these things. So, you know, they got to be inside of them because they don't change. That's how you tell when a child can do math and count and do all these things. If you know how to do it, you know that child know how to do it, right? But if you don't know how to count and you see the child counting, how you gonna know it? You follow me?
Yep.
Okay, well, I don't know. I think you've been when you tried to put the 1, 2, 3, 8 in there a while ago, you've been kind of like quiet. I'm watching you. See, I'm looking at you in the camera there. But no, but all the errors, you teach school. Now, which child need to be corrected? The one that got it right or the one that stumbled with it?
I can't answer that question because that's actually it's ambiguous.
Who need help? The one can do it or the one apparently can't?
Well, that would be a better question.
Right, but if you spot it apparently can't, and you say, well, I better not show that one. Would that mean you a teacher or you faking?
stumbling's one thing. You said now can't do it. Then that's the person who needs help.
No.
Yes,
You
yes,
know
yes.
how, you know, I'm gonna have to get to it, but one thing, you don't ever be offended by nothing on the inside. No, nothing. Because remember, you can't see these things. I see well over them, went through them. I ain't guessing. And you can't figure your way through nothing you don't know. You have to start going through it. But if you're a teacher and you see it, if you're teaching something you don't see, are you being a teacher from God, or are you some bullshit? If I'm teaching you to swim and I can't swim, am I God sent preacher or some bull? Because you don't know that you ain't gonna never be able to swim. But I know it, but I'm popular as long as I got you believing if you wait. So after a while, and waiting gonna seem natural to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I look over there, you look like I offended you. You can't be offended. You know, well, we're gonna get to it. The Bible will show you. You can't be offended. If things ought to light up in here, how something gonna light up and you looking down? It don't work like that. Everything inside is cheerful. It ain't like out there in the world. But it's true. Everything is true inside. It's inside of you. It ain't out there nowhere.
Did you just say something about me looking down?
You looking like you popping. I want to be these.
I'm watching the time because that's what I'm supposed to do, right? Okay.
I don't know. Use your face. Oh,
yeah. Woo, really? Okay. So it's it's 21 and a half, and I told you at 22 we needed to transition.
Okay. But what we need to do now, we need to get that round thing, because we can do that over. Ain't no big. It's just, listen, the people who follow that Facebook page, they the one need it broken down, because they need to show it to. I only did it in the video that I did back in the 400s and something. They need to show it to the people out there. And they ain't worth a damn after the whole thing changed. But the people who read that Facebook page, they see it unfolded. But the people who don't out in the world, they just, the book, remember, you read the book say they just went right along and married, they're doing the same thing because they don't see what's happening. And once Noah shot the damn door of the boat, then they was kind of messed up. And once Lot left fire, they didn't know. You at least got to give them a warning, because the woman ears to hear is the ones need to hear. The ones that already got it, you don't never want them. Anytime somebody think they don't need something, what you gonna do? It's the ones who looking for it, who need it. Those are the ones that's got the opportunity. They don't want to receive it. Anyone who believe they got something, you see it. They're telling you right there which side they're on. I don't care who it is, but they believe, if you believe you got something you can't use, ain't nobody inside of you but you has gonna change. Ain't nobody in there but you. If you don't know you ain't got nothing, who can convince you otherwise? But the ones who know they ain't got something, they're the ones who be in this church, be in that crowd, they be in this book. What's that telling you about them? They're searching for it. But the ones go there and sit and wait and pray, what are they searching for? That verse that you're finna do, it tells you how to pray. And it tells you if you're out there praying like them or with them, you ain't doing this thing that you claim. You got to go, like right now, you're in your own closet now. You inside of yourself. You do your praying in here. You can't do it in here and out there too. You know, it don't work like that.
Okay, well, let's listen.
They're hypocrites. You can't be a hypocrite and be inside.
Okay, let's listen.
Heed that ye do not your alms before men, to be seen of them. Otherwise ye have no reward of your Father which is in heaven. Therefore when thou doest thine alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But when thou doest alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth, that thine alms may be in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret himself shall reward thee openly. And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corners of the streets, that they may be seen of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. But when ye pray, use not vain repetitions as the heathen do, for they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking. Be not ye therefore like unto them, for your Father knoweth what things ye have need of before ye ask him. After this manner therefore pray ye, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. For if ye forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if ye forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. Moreover, when ye fast, be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear unto men to fast. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But thou, when thou fastest, anoint thine head and wash thy face, that thou appear not unto men to fast, but unto thy Father which is in secret. And thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? Behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they? Which of you by taking thought can add 1 cubit unto his stature? And why take ye thought for raiment? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They toil not, neither do they spin. And yet I say unto you, that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. Wherefore, if God so clothe the grass of the field, which today is and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith? Therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or wherewithal shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knoweth that you have need of all these things. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Take therefore no thought for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof.
Okay, thank you so much. We'll talk to you again soon.